There, no doubt that's a grave right there. Oh man, dude, look at this. There's one here.
No, oh, no way.
Yeah, way. Hey everybody, it's Robert coming to you with another adventure into history. Today I am down in Stewart County, Georgia, and I'm with my friend Justin, who has brought me down here to a hunting lease that he has that has a couple old cemeteries on it, and we've just reached the first one. What amazes me, as always, when I see something like this far back in the woods is, well, how far back in the woods it is.
It's a ways back here.
Yeah, and it is as far off the main road, but you were telling me there used to be an old road that came back.
There's an old road bed that goes down right there on the other side of that ridge. And then on the other side where the other cemetery is, there's another road bed that we'll have to walk through to get to it.
Also, I want to shout Justin out. He owns Hamilton Sod in Hamilton, Georgia, and has Precision Landscaping. I've been knowing him for a good long while, and I used to get dumpsters from you for my old farmhouse project. So do you have like Facebook page for Hamilton Sod? And
Both.
Cool. So I'll leave those down in the comments, and we're about to jump into this cemetery. See an indention right there. That's going to be a grave. Quite a few graves out there too.
Yep.
It just keeps going. It's a lot bigger than I thought.
It goes all the way back kind of to where that scrub starts growing back there. I mean, there's graves scattered all through here.
Asaph, wife of C.H. Rice, born July 7th, 1805, died April 4th, 1884. Asaph. So she was the wife of C.H. Rice. And then over here, now this looks like just a footstone, but it's, I guess it's marking a grave here. It just says A.B. on it. Because she would be A.R. So there's just A.B. right there.
And I don't know, you know more about it than me, but like, looks like another one right there. There's an indention right here. You can't really see it. All right there, there.
Yeah.
All the way up through there, right there.
There are a lot out here. It's so right here we've got this one that's marked. And it's interesting, this one hasn't really formed as much of an indention. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's old.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah. Well, leave it where it was.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I've got her grave, which really hasn't formed that much of an indention, so you know she may have been vaulted up. This grave here, that one's formed an indention, a big one, and there's another one out there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm probably missing a bunch. 5.
There's more. Looks like there's more right up through here. Indention there. Not sure.
There's, well, I think that's one right there for sure. So yeah, they're all the way out here, right there, definitely there. And then you just walked right by this one. And these are big indentions too. It's funny because down here in these sandier counties, they don't usually form indentions like this. But then we've got more here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we turn back around, we got 5, 6, I think, 7, 8, and just kind of in a row. Not as straight rows as we see a lot of times in old cemeteries, but still in a row. So this is neat. This is some variation on a box tomb. Which is, I've seen a peaked box tomb before, but this looks like it's more of just a little wall. Let's see if there's anything engraved on this. It's a cool little wall though. And every now and again you'll find this old fieldstone stuff that's actually engraved.
Really?
Yeah. Fortunately, this one is not, but actually mortared together. These, that's not a carved rock. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 rocks right there. That's pretty neat. I guess there's nothing down here. Nope. Just
Cottonmouth, copperhead, bird down
that's
here
right.
probably.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So that is that's a pretty cool little wall. I've never seen one like this before, where it's kind of these two peaks. I've seen box tombs like that, but never just a little wall. Just a little wall around the grave. I think those are the only two with markers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or some kind of marking.
You know, there looks like there's graves scattered all through here too.
Yeah, I was gonna try to. It's funny because a lot of times in these old cemeteries, they're very, very well in rows. So you can, once you see one indention, you see the next and the next. This one's a little bit more scattered around. Can't tell if. Well, we've got one over there too.
Yep.
Man.
I thought maybe these were indentions too, but if you look, it looks like maybe some skidder tracks or something from
Yeah,
back in the day.
that's what I thought they were when I was back over there, but looking close, I agree. That's an indention. I want to just kind of walk over here and see if we can't just kind of eyeball how many graves are out here. And usually, you know, like I said, you get into a row and just kind of walk it and count them. But this one is really scattered, but we're at basically the back. I don't see any graves further out than this one. I'll probably see another one as soon as I say that, but I feel confident saying that's a grave.
Mm-hmm.
And if you kind of have any doubts, if you look down, there's that one. You can kind of see it's in a row, but so we'll just say that's one. And I think this is old skidder track. Could have run over some graves because there is space here, but we don't know. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 right here on this row, and then 6, 7, 8 down there. So we've got 8. We'll jump over to this one. We've got 9, 10, 11. So it's 11 unmarked kind of right here, 12 up there. Didn't get that one, so that's 13. We saw that one back there is 14. So, and I've probably just missed several indentions because they're spread out.
There's probably 20 or so in here.
Yeah.
If not a few more.
Yeah, I'd say so. And so, you know, the general rule of thumb, for every indention that you can see, or every grave that you can see, you usually multiply it by 3 to get an accurate number of how many burials are there, because not every grave forms an indention. So you think you've got 20 graves and wind up having 60.
Right.
And I tell you, that has never failed.
Really?
Yeah, it has never failed. Every time I've done that, it's come out to, you know, you have 100 graves and it winds up being 300. And there's another cemetery I'm working on that they thought they had 300 graves and wound up with 1,000.
Whoa.
So, yeah, it's pretty accurate. But a little cool stuff going on here with this vase. So cemetery artifacts are really common in African American cemeteries, and I don't believe that to be the case in this one from the stone styles that I'm seeing, but this is a cemetery artifact of sorts. Really cool to see that. It probably
almost looks like a vase or something.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody was keeping flowers on one of these
yeah.
grave sites. I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was something.
That's what it looks like to me, is just an old vase.
Yeah, it's an old one though, so I was wondering if it was set on her grave or something, but it's a cool place. Okay, so we're about to head to our next site, but we were just standing here and doing a little bit of research on this lady that's buried here, and I didn't find much on her, but I found her husband and her on census records. They got married in 1829. Her husband was Charles Rice, and in 1850 they were living in Stone Mountain, Georgia. 1860, Webster County, Georgia, which isn't too far from here.
Yeah, it's just right up the road.
And 1870, Webster County, and then 1880, on the 1880 census, they were living here in Stewart County, Georgia. So sometime between 1870 and 1880, they moved up here, and they were already up there in age when they moved up here too. I didn't find any initials to match the AB over there. I'm sure it could be done with a little bit more research since they're side by side, but a couple little details on them. And you've got the old map, which doesn't show a house site around here, but
About a half mile that way, there was a little cluster of homes. So.
yeah. So we're not on any kind of county road or anything. We are just on these old timber trails and hunting trails back here on his hunting lease. So, you know, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's just interesting to think about the fact that there were people back here, you know, so long ago, and today it's so far off of the county roads, but there used to be roads that are going down here or going back here. And the county roads themselves are old roads, but there were even more of them that just got abandoned after time. Okay, so we're gonna walk from here, but Justin was just showing me he's got an old map that has home sites on it, and right here on this food plot was an old home site, and the ground is just absolutely littered with artifacts and just broken pieces. This is probably a snuff jar. We've got a piece of crockery right here, another piece right here. Yep, that's glazed too. Now look, right there. It's got a little bit of a name on it, so someone can identify that. And it is just
Everywhere, I told you.
yeah.
You want to put your hiking boots on, or it's a good little walk from here.
I'll go with these.
Well, it ain't too bad. I mean, it ain't no
Yeah.
mile or nothing, but
As long as I'm not sinking in the mud wearing these shoes, I'll be all right. They've been mud covered already, so this brick, old brick. So I'm telling them we need to come back here with metal detector, and this would be a good place for it, and the digging would be easy too.
oh yeah.
Out here in the sandy area.
Yep. I mean, it's just
That's a nice picture.
everywhere.
Yeah. Dinner plate. Man, it's funny to think about people and just, this was stuff in their daily lives
Yep.
back then.
Oh, it's just laying on the ground now. Something they used every single day.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, pick something up like that and just be able to immediately see it, you know, as it
Yep.
was, and the people using it would be something.
See, the hog's been in here rooting up though. Every now and then they'll turn up a arrowhead or.
You're pretty big into collecting arrowheads, right?
Yes, sir.
And you found some good stuff
Yeah, we
out
found
here.
a bunch of good stuff down here. One of my buddies turned me on to this lease down here, you know, a couple years ago, and this area down here is just loaded with Native American stuff, kind of modern stuff too, like the stuff we're finding. But see, like that right there, that's Native American pottery.
Yep, sure is. Now, isn't that something to,
In the same spot.
yeah, be able to compare that right there?
Good land
And
has
that's-
always been good land.
I think that's a better comparison right there. I mean, that is just two groups of forgotten people right there, you know?
hundreds of years apart. But that's a stamped piece, corncob stamp of some sort, probably.
And so we're looking for the cemetery right now, and this is the old roadbed. They probably went to all these homes, and that was one home site that we were just at the field. There were more around here, around this old road.
It intersects with this other one right up here. So like you see the roadbed goes that way. Yeah. And it goes all the way back out to the dirt road we came in on. But funny enough, this roadbed on the map, it does like a straight line all the way across the property, because you can see it, you know, on some of the other trails where it crossed way back in the day. But it certainly looks thick enough to hide it up in here. There's bricks, you know, red bricks lining the cemetery in some spots. So that's kind of what we need to look for.
Well, we found it. Ran up on it real quick. So first of all, dude, this is a big cemetery.
I know, but it's in rough shape.
Yeah, I was expecting a cemetery something like what we just saw, not.
Oh, well,
not
yeah,
like
that was
this.
the smaller one.
Yeah.
I knew that, but yeah, this one's got a bunch of marked graves in it.
Yes, it does.
And they're all the same. A lot of them are the same family, armor. See, this is what I was talking about, the old bricks.
Yeah, oh, and that's old brick
Yep.
too, an old plantation-era brick. So, talked about this quite a bit in videos. This is just brick that's made out of the, you know, local dirt, local clay, and usually dates back to either the earliest settlement days or up to the generally 1870s. Graves down there too.
There's a ton of them in here.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because it's just so grown up and ran over by time, and you see the broken.
Yeah. I've got to say, these people, compared to what we just saw, these people had money.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah, this family was probably here for a lot longer.
Yeah.
Because see, she was born 1817, died 1870, so around the same time. I mean,
And she's a Tatum, or married to a Tatum, so we've just filmed the Tatums here recently, the one that Cecil and I went to, so we're seeing some kind of familiar family names.
that's about probably a mile and a half from here, the
Yeah.
way the crow flies, not far, maybe closer.
We got this great old box tomb. It's going to have two people in here. We'll look at the names in just a minute. I just wanted to kind of get an idea of the boundary of it first.
See, she was 63.
This is pre-Civil War grave. She was only 3 years old.
Wow. And she's got a nice headstone to
Yeah.
be a toddler.
Right.
Makes you wonder if there was stuff went around like wildfire back in those days. Makes you wonder if
Yeah.
there was something going around, because they're all pretty close. Well, that's 88.
You see a lot of children in these cemeteries, so I'm going to say that looks like the end of it over there. So I guess I'll start here, and on this row is my brother, and look at that work on that stone. So my brother, J.C. Armour, born 1863, died October 24th, 1899. So he was 36, gone but not forgotten. That's always something to see on a one of these old, really forgotten graves. But of course, his family who put up the stone, they were the ones who hadn't forgotten. There's Rosa Elizabeth, daughter of W.S. and S.L. Armour, born February 22nd, 1888, died August 11th, 1888. So just a baby here. James M. Armour, born August 5th, 1829, died June 21st, 1867. And Susan C. Armour, born December 21st, 1860, and died February 21st, 1863. She's a 3-year-old we just saw. You gotta fight the thorns to get to this one. Oh, dude, I would. This is William J. Armour, born July 16th, 1860, died July 11th, 1867. Would not have expected a 7-year-old to be in
That.
yeah, this
He
kind
was
of,
he was definitely the favorite.
yeah, sure enough. And who's, see who this is? Ida Armour, born December 1st, 1862, and died September 1st, 1867. So this is a 7 and 5-year-old that are buried in this very nice.
Very, very nice for the time.
Yeah,
But you got to think all of this was all cleared farmland, probably
Exactly.
back those days too. A plantation, more than
Yeah.
likely.
yeah. This I'd definitely say this is a plantation cemetery. All right, this is you got the finger with the broken finger pointing down, hand holding the broken chains. Mary Ann, wife of William Tatum, born 1817, died 1870. So that is a very nice stone right there. And actually, at first glance, I would have thought that this one would have been older than it is, but
So this one's broken. The base is there. It's been pulled up. But it probably may have been
I think it's right
there at one
there,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can. All right, so we've got, I think that's wheat
Mm-hmm.
on the top. Oh, it's William Tatum, so
Yeah, that would make sense.
yeah.
Right by his wife.
William Tatum, born January 16th. And I got to reference this one. It's 1815, died January 29th, 1877. So there's another, he had a really nice stone before it was broken. And his footstone down there, indention here, there's the base of this headstone that would have sat in right there.
See, look, there's a corner. Where there's a couple bricks here. It looks like there was a wall, maybe that went that way at
Yeah,
one time. Around those couple of graves.
sure enough. So down here on the hillside, there's what I believe, yeah, that's a grave there, no doubt that's a grave right there. Oh man, dude, look at this. So I've been documenting wooden headstones, and
Yeah.
because the wooden headstones are gone in Talbot County, Harris County, the Piedmont.
Mm-hmm.
There's one here.
No. Oh, no way.
Yeah, way. Look at that. It's so this is, and we'll have to see what the last date is on these headstones, but this is, probably could be 1880s. I see a Confederate marker there, so that would have been placed it's in the early 1900s at the earliest, but so another wooden headstone. Being with the layout of these graves, so you see these graves are on top of the hill. Then we've got these two unmarked graves, one marked with a wooden headstone, other one probably was marked with a wooden headstone or headboard, but it's gone. These are probably graves of people who were enslaved, or, they might have died free, but judging from the dates and what we're seeing, I'd say that's the case here. And on the side of the hill, because that's typical of plantation cemeteries. You'd have the plantation owner's family on top of the hill, the enslaved on the side of the hill. And I think that's what we're seeing here. There's another one. Yeah, they kind of keep going down, but that's a heck of a find with the wooden head marker. And these two here got brick too, so that is a beautiful piece. Is that, you think it's
Radioactive?
yeah, like
Put
uranium
your Geiger
glass,
meter on it.
right? It does have that tint.
That's wild.
Now that is a beautiful piece right there. This is John B. Armour. He was in Company K, 2nd Georgia Infantry, CSA. These Confederate headstones, I think, came about in the early 1900s. I forget the exact date. So that was definitely placed here post 1900s. Had a
Missing
brick.
one there. Looking at the spacing, I mean, wouldn't there be another one there?
Right here?
Yeah.
I think there is one. I think
Just
it was
missing a headstone.
Yeah, I think it was bricked up, and you know what? That's a make sure there wasn't one under these leaves, but
So I kind of wish I had a probe. We could.
yeah, that's one
Yeah.
for sure with no headstone. All right, so this is back to marked graves. We've got William H. Armour, born October 27th, 1831, died July 14th, 1862.
I mean, those bricks are just everywhere through here. I imagine there's probably a pretty big wall.
Yeah.
Look right here, Robert. There's a line of bricks right
Yeah.
there. So I guess that would have lined that grave that was here.
Exactly.
Or maybe all of these were probably lined with brick.
You know, it may have been something like that, and
Yeah.
just got
Knocked over. That would explain all the bricks scattered.
right. Milton J. Armour, born December 20th, 1837. So this is either well, it doesn't say born, and it just, there's no death date on it. And if it was, I think it would have said born and died, unless this was one of those pre-purchased kind of deals, and because he does not have a footstone, and there's no indention here, so it's almost like that was placed, but there was never a grave put here. And there could very well be a grave here. It could have not formed an indention, but
Right.
no footstone either is kind of weird. But there is a footstone right here, and the headstone is missing. No, it's not. It's back there. So we've got more over here. So we'll have to just kind of circle this last row. This is Martha Armour, born May 18th, 1842, died August 1880. FLD Armour, born July 1st, 1840, died May 3rd, 1858. So we're really getting into the, the height of the plantation era here. Another grave that's kind of outside of this kind of terrace, this old terrace that goes around here. We've got one there too. So those are probably enslaved people over there. Let's see. Infant of W.H. Armour, no dates on it. And then got this
one here.
Yes. So let's see.
W.M. Armour.
William C. Armour, born
May
3rd, I think. Nope, May 5th, 1802, died
1859.
April
Yep.
24th, 1859. So he
Yep.
is an adult, but another in plantation era burial there. Sarah Armour, born April 24th, 1806, died August 11th, 1882. And Mary E. Armour. Oh, that's neat. Okay, Mary E. Armour Ross, born April 30th, 1833, died September 17th, 1883. So a couple things that we can notice here, what's going on is, got Mary E. Armour, and then they came in and re-engraved her, I guess, married name or maiden name, don't know for sure. So this is 1883, and it looks about right for 1883. So we've got all the same style here. So sometime in the 1880s or early 1900s, they came in and marked all of these stones, or marked all of these graves with marble. And they could have been wooden headstones before that. William C. Armour from 1859 is the same kind of style of stone. We're going to say is, fits in with late 1800s. And then if I can make it through the bramble, we've got indention, so 3 graves there.
You got me looking for wooden headstones now.
Yeah, man, that's I have to show you pictures of all the I've been taking pictures of all the ones I found. I only skipped one, and so far the earliest has been in burial ground for enslaved people. In a cemetery that I'm kind of working on, helping out with the restoration project. Oh, the fire ants are coming out. I thought they should be, well, it's warm. I was gonna say they should be asleep right now.
Yeah,
But
it's been warm down here for a couple days probably.
This cemetery I'm working on right now is Civil War, is a hospital cemetery, and they buried all these different dead soldiers in there who died in the hospitals, and they were all marked with wooden headstones until the 19-teens. And so, that was, 19-teens from 1860s was 40, 50 years.
40, 50 years, yeah, 50
And
years.
the only reason that they were pulled up was because they replaced them with marble. So in cases like this where we've got kind of a later headstone marking earlier graves, could have been something like that, but I had a hard time believing it the first time I saw like an old grave house in the woods. It was from the 1840s, and until I saw more and more and was like,
that
man,
it had made it that long.
Yeah, that it had made it that long. But it's longleaf in this sandy soil is impressive stuff. And I've only found these headstones down in the sandy regions, in the Piedmont, where it's not well drained. They just go away, rot away real quick. So I need to make sure I take a picture of that one to add it to the collection. And it's because it's that long leaf, that heart pine. It's turned into fat lighter, and it's insect and rot resistant just naturally. And as long as it's not just staying wet, it will get wet, dry out, and keep going. But this is an incredible cemetery, man. I'm amazed at this one. I wasn't expecting it. I was definitely thinking we were going to be seeing something like what we saw at the beginning, just a smaller place, but not something like this. These phenomenal old stones. It's a heck of a place. When we get back to the truck, I'm going to run through and take photographs of everything. Definitely going to photograph the wood marker so I can add it to my collection. I think that's about somewhere around 10th one I found.
Wow.
And when we get back to the cars, I'll try to see if I can't look these people up and just see if we can't find anything else out about them. But it's an amazing place and amazing artifact too there. So one little check to make sure I didn't miss anything. And so Justin spotted this as we were leaving. This is another old piece of heart pine right here. This is another piece of longleaf that has survived for a very long time. So it's got an old square nail sticking out of it. Now, generally speaking, square nails are in use up until 1880 when the technology for round nails was invented. Round nails very quickly replaced square nails, but stores of them did still exist. So you will find it in some post-1900 stuff. So getting an exact age on this from that nail, I'd say 1880s to, 19 teens, probably the newest. But that's just a big square chunk of heart pine there. And you see how it's all textured? It's because the softer outer parts of the pine just rotted off, leaving this fat lighter, hard centerpiece. And that's, gonna last nearly forever, or at least in a couple lifetimes. I wondered if this might be a grave house for just a minute, but I don't think so. We kind of were looking at placement and with this layout of this cemetery here. So it's on the edge of this terrace, and it is very over there. The terracing has maybe been kind of damaged just a little bit. Over here it has not been. If we kind of follow around the corner of this terrace, over here is just incredibly sharp and keeps going up. Also, that grave with the wooden headstone is outside of the terrace. They're furthering the probability that it's for an enslaved individual, as it's kind of out of the terrace, and this was probably all fenced off at one time. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these cemeteries today. That one was absolutely amazing, the old Armour Plantation Cemetery. I looked it up, didn't find a lot. I looked up William Tatum. He was here in 1850, obviously died here. The Tatum name is really big around here. The very first cemetery I ever documented in Stewart County was the Tatum Cemetery that got ran over by loggers, and that's kind of how I got connected to people in Stewart County. It had just been run over by loggers. They ran through it. They probably didn't see it, but they ran through it, knocked all the headstones over, and I documented it, got friends with the people down here in the historic parts of this county, in the historic society parts of this county. And so that the Tatum name always sticks out to me. Obviously, Cecil and I just recently found Lou Tatum, who is the namesake of Louisville, Georgia, which is nearby to here. We've got a Tatum up there. Tatum's a big name. Armour family was obviously big up here. Yeah. There's a lot of them up here. Would love to know more about their plantation. But Justin, I really appreciate you bringing me out here, and
found it interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love Stewart County. We were talking about this earlier, that it's you could just spend hours down here exploring these dirt roads. I'll leave links to your socials in the comments too, in case anybody local is around, can use anything. And I'm telling you, we need to come back out here and metal detect.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we can too.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my buddy, we've talked about it a bunch, just never done it.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to see what was here, because I would guess that this was probably the side of that plantation.
I'm sure, because I mean, this is a big flat spot up here. It goes a long way that way. There's a creek, in that bottom. So
yeah, probably so.
It's been good land for a long time.
Exactly. And again, I think it was so neat finding that Native American pottery right beside the. Found another one right beside the early American stuff. It's just, it's two different people that are gone now. So cool stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
again, appreciate it.
No, thank you.